So how was when you guys left from there? How was it landing in Vietnam? Like your first experience in the country? Where did you land? I guess as well.
We landed near Saigon,
Hmm.
and we arrived in what they call the monsoon season. That time of year,
Hmm.
frequently several inches of rain, and for us it exactly and so so early in the so early in the conflict that preparations for incoming military units
Hmm.
was pretty sparse,
All
and
right.
so we actually spent the first night in temporary tents that were set up. The only problem was the mud was so deep.
Mm.
Um, we finally used shipping crates, 4x4 pallets.
Hmm.
Um, we were able to get enough of those to make walkways between tents
Hmm.
to but a pretty miserable first few days,
Hmm.
and truly because it was early in the conflict. These were temporary. The tents were temporary. There was just no infrastructure,
Hmm.
in terms of, especially during inclement weather,
Hmm.
being able to. So it was an experience.
Probably quite the shock to get there. Blacksburg
It
weather prepared you.
right. It was tropical
Hmm.
climate, so I guess the one good thing was it was not you were not cold. You were not
That's true.
freezing. Yeah.
So how was that like sort of operationally when you got there for that first sort of section of time when there wasn't really much infrastructure? How did you guys get work done at that point? Because if the equipment wasn't there yet and you were in pretty makeshift shelters, what did that look like for you as like an officer? What was your job at that time?
It was just kind of surviving, until we stayed in those temporary facilities for just about, I guess, maybe 3 days,
All right.
and we moved on to a more um, a more I guess prepared.
Mm-hmm.
The second stage was at a place called Benoit,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a base camp that was being set up, and it had some structure. It had
Mm-hmm.
some I call still temporary. Even the structures
Mm-hmm.
were tents and or maybe some wooden buildings that were being set up. Still early in the
Mm-hmm.
process, but more structured. And as I guess the rains let up, so as the equipment arrived,
Mm-hmm.
we were able to just, in fact, get that unpacked and
Mm-hmm.
ready. Um, the 27th battalion, made up of four line companies, A,
Mm-hmm.
B, C, and D, was split to support infantry
Mm-hmm.
units around the country, and so I was in Company D. We were assigned to support the Third Brigade of the Fourth Infantry.
Mm-hmm.
So we prepared to move out from those temporary quarters, to help start up a base camp,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah.
So with that temporary base, how long were you guys there for then? Well, before you guys got moved out.
We were there about 10 days, so pretty
Okay, so about 2 weeks of setup before you
exactly.
ended up going anywhere.